Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Daggerfall Unity. First off, I know it's been a little while since I've actually recorded and posted an episode. I do apologize for that. I've had quite a busy week, but I'm hoping to get back into the gist of things. And if I recall last time, the first thing that we were planning on doing was using this artifact we got from a Daedra summoning quest, the Ogma Infinium, which is going to give us a bunch of attribute points. And I think the best strategy is going to be to try and max out some attributes to 100 basically. The reason for that being once we've maxed them out to 100, we won't have to use enchantments to boost them up artificially. So we might as well get agility up there since we never enhance agility with any spells. And then maybe strength might be the next good candidate, or we could do something like willpower as well. Strength actually could be a good one because strength allows us to increase our encumbrance capacity, so we won't have to put on, a spell every single time we want to mess with our inventory. So that could be quite helpful. And then there was also this broken quest that we were in the middle of doing, and it's looking like I'm just gonna have to basically end the quest using the console command for that. So let's actually do that first. So I believe, let's see. So this, as you can see here, this is information about the quest we currently have going. I just opened that up using Shift Tab, and we're just gonna have to go ahead and go through the quests and look for this one. I hope I can remember it. It's a Knight's Tale. This is the one. And then we just do end debug quest. And it ends that quest. As you can see, the NPC disappeared. So this is another really nice feature of Unity, is that you can bring up this quest debugger and get rid of quests that aren't working without having to, take the penalty, since obviously we did technically actually complete that quest successfully. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is use the Ogma Infinium. So let's use it right now. And I'm going to put points into agility to max it up to 100, and then I think strength will be the next one that we aim to boost up to the maximum extent that it can go. I mean, alternatively, we do have a spell that enhances strength, which makes that enchanted object not as useful, in the sense that we'll have strength really high. That being said, I think we're going to do it anyways, because it's clearly the next closest attribute that we can get to 100, and levels are much harder to come by. So actually we can get it straight to 100 right away, which is really nice. And I guess the next spell that we'd target to put up to 100 is going to be Willpower or Intelligence. Now, the nice thing about Intelligence being 100 is similar to Strength. Intelligence obviously governs our mana capacity. And if we had it at 100, if we use an enchanted item to get it to 100, then we need to actually put the enchanted item on and then rest to get our mana up to full. While if it was naturally at 100 without the enchanted item, then that would mean that we would never need to actually rest twice in order to get our mana up to the max it could be. So maybe Intelligence actually over Willpower is what I'll go for maxing out next. And we can use a spell to enchant Willpower. Although I doubt we'll get either of these to 100, and we usually use a spell to enchant Intelligence. So I guess maybe I'll go for Willpower instead because of that, because I doubt we'll actually get either of these to 100. These seem like the only two we'll end up getting to 100 in the course of a Let's Play, because obviously levels are much harder to come by. So we'll go for the Willpower. So that is the plan, and look at that. That looks very nice. We have a lot of boosted up stats now. Okay, so what do we want to do next? Well, let's check on... I believe there's a Cartographer's Guild quest that we even came over to Daggerfall to do. Let's see. Yeah, it was this one right here. It actually doesn't tell me how many days I have left, which is kind of annoying. It usually does that. So that being said... I guess we can go check the notes that we got it from. Obviously, it's been a while since I've actually booted up Daggerfall here. We have 39 days, it says. I don't think that this was... Is this updated? Was it lower before? I'm not sure if it updates on here. So there's a setting on Daggerfall Unity which lets you see the amount of days you have left to do a quest rather than the total amount of days. And in classic Daggerfall, you just get the total amount of days. So I'm wondering whether this is the total amount of days or the days I have left. Because I know it updates the log, but I'm not sure if it updates this or not. I think we have time for like one more quest here at least, though, before we actually have to head back and return that one. So for that reason, I want to go and do a Knights of the Dragon quest, because that's obviously the guild that we cannot access in the Rothgarian Mountains. It can only be accessed in Daggerfall, and wow, it is really busy in here. So many people out right now because it is the city, so the Villager Immersion Overhaul is just going crazy. Okay. So... I'm thinking maybe we do some non-dungeon quests, since we keep getting sent back to the same dungeons in Daggerfall, which is why we left originally. And I think there were some interesting ones that came up here. I guess I should save the game since we did some stuff before I continue with this. Okay. So let's see. Invasion from Oblivion. What is that? Have we done that? Let's see. The End Paladin may be here at last. For centuries, prophets have spoken of a day when the ethereal walls that separate our dimension Mundus from Oblivion, the land of the Daedra, will crack asunder. The Mages Guild will attempt to repair the breach, but they need us to help slay the infernal creatures who have already broken through. Can we rely on you for this, Paladin? This is really cool, actually. So obviously, the whole plot of The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion is that this exact thing does happen. So it seems like in an earlier time, at least according to this quest, the walls to Oblivion slightly broke open as well. Let's go ahead and see what they have to say. Go quickly then to Christina Cultus. We have no way of knowing... Oh wait, this is a dungeon quest. Now, I think we've been to Christina Cultus already, so I'm going to go ahead and reload the save, because I don't want to go to the same dungeon again. So one thing we could do is actually keep asking until we get a dungeon that we haven't been to before. And the way to know if there's a dungeon we haven't been to is to actually see if it's marked on the map before we head there. Let's see. I think Christina Cultus, I'm pretty sure, is, yeah. It's marked on the map because we've been there. I guess we'll try one more time. Let's see if we... Because that sounds like a pretty cool quest. Let's see if we can get that quest without going to a dungeon we've already been to. The Castle of Masterford. Now, I don't initially recognize that name. So maybe that could be one that we can do. Let's try heading to the Castle of Masterford and see if we recognize it. Obviously, it'll be pretty easy to tell because in dungeons we've already been to, there's open doors. There's not as many enemies due to persistent dungeons. Now, it does appear that it was already... Well, actually, no. I was going to say it's already marked on the map, but it would have appeared on the map after we got the quest, so there's not a way of knowing necessarily. So let's head to the Castle of Masterford and see if we've been there. Okay, so... Here we are at the Castle of Masterford. It is looking very nice. As you can see, it's back in the season where the 3D trees are up. The 3D trees are only completed for one season set, and we are in that season right now. Let's head into the dungeon and see if we immediately recognize it or what. Just from the outset, I'm not immediately recognizing this, which is a good sign, and there's an enemy right there as we walk in. So let's go ahead and throw on our equipment here. Do we need anything else? Is that pretty much it? Oh, right, the Sapphire, probably. And then the cloak as well for the magic absorption. And this is a broken War Matches encounter. Oh, and we should also turn on Light the Way. Okay, and we can go fight this ancient lich over here. So apparently there's a bunch of Daedra in here that have broken through via the Gates of Oblivion, so our mission is to kill them, essentially. This guy actually kind of hurts a little bit here. I'm gonna... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to put heal on. Okay. We'll take all of that. And let's see if we can actually rest. Wait, I cannot sleep now. It's because I was jumping. Someone spawned in. It's another one of these guys. He died in one shot this time. Okay. I just want to rest up till fully healed before we completely enter this dungeon. Okay, that's good. So, save the game. 8:30. And I guess we're going to go on a hunt for a Daedra. This will give us levitation if we touch that. I know that from going in these sorts of dungeons many times. I guess I'll push that now to get up here. And you can see there's a lot of enemies up here, actually. We'll start with this individual over here, who can easily just keep hitting me with the arrow because I'm very slow due to levitation. That's an adjustment I love if they make is to make it so levitation is just as fast as your running speed. Because that has been something that's been very annoying throughout the course of this Let's Play, is levitating lasting for so long and you being significantly slow when you have levitation on. Another interesting thing I did recently was... So I made a new character in this game to test out one of the broken quests that we had to discontinue at the start of this episode. I wanted to see if I could replicate the issue. And in doing so, I realized how fast we really are as a character in this game. Like playing as a new character who doesn't have the speed attributes that we do. A voice from your head beyond echoes in your head saying, "The last Daedra is dead." Wait a minute, the last Daedra is dead. So that's the only Daedra we killed. With it dead, Tamriel is safe again. Hey, what are you doing? Let go of my arm. I'm a guild mage. Don't blow out that. Wait, what? Well, that was a little bit of an anticlimactic quest there. I thought that we'd have to kill multiple Daedra before finishing this quest, but I guess not. I guess we'll real quickly just run up here to see if there's any immediate enemies or some loot to get. If not, I think we should go get another Knights of a Dragon quest, since this was a pretty quick one. Need to remember to keep using this as well here. I have 100 agility, which should, in theory, make us hit very, very often with a sword. Agility governs your chance to hit. The annoying thing, too, about Levitate is that the higher I have intelligence, which obviously we want, the longer it's going to last, I'm pretty sure. Or, not the higher intelligence, I think it's the higher level that you are, and obviously we're level 20 now, so it lasts, like, ages. Ages beyond when we need it. Okay. That would actually be a good way to design a dungeon that only really high-level characters could access, is if you just make a really, really long, you know, caverns, or, oop, I didn't mean to, oh, I accidentally casted Recall. That's not good, actually. The reason that's not good, did I save the game? Oh, I didn't save the game. I guess I'll save the game here. I think I had set a Recall anchor. I think I'd set a Recall anchor at, like, the Cartographer's Guild, so that I could easily get back there. And I think casting Recall again may have reset it, which is kind of bad, but it's not the end of the world. We can just travel back there. But as I was saying, a good way to make a really high-level dungeon would be to make a huge, you know, abyss that you have to float over, you know, with enemies on little cliffs. Because, of course, a character that doesn't have Levitate last a long time is never going to be able to make it over that abyss. Even if they get the best Levitate spell, unless they have high intelligence and a high level, Levitate won't last that long. I keep accidentally casting Light the Way. As you can tell, I'm a little bit rusty here. It's been like a week since I've actually booted up Daggerfall. I also think that it would be cool to do another main quest soon. I know we did one pretty recently, but there's actually quite a few left. I looked at the list of main quests left, and there's quite a few left to do. So I think it would be worth it to try one new soon. And we are conveniently back down here, which is fine because we pretty much got what we wanted out of this dungeon. So we're just going to go ahead and head back. We won't take too much damage by just jumping off. And let's go back and return this quest. And we might as well just put everything in the wagon right now. It's mostly just all ingredients. We didn't get very much weapons and armor because it was all liches and other such enemies. Okay, let's head back. So we're going to go to the city of Daggerfall again. So I definitely should have remembered to remove our enchanted items there before I traveled, but that's okay. Not the end of the world. Let's grab our horse here, and I just also wanted to look at our Enchanted Sapphire here, what it actually does. Jack of Trades and Orc Strength, right? So this enchants both our our luck and our strength. As you can see, the strength enchantment doesn't do anything though because we already have 100 strength. So I think what I'll switch this to is enchanting like luck and willpower or luck and intelligence. What I mean is the next time we, you know, when that degrades and we need to get a new sapphire or a new enchanted gem or item. Because of course enchanting strength really doesn't do much at this point since it's maxed out. There's actually a mod you can get which I believe lets you put your attributes above 100, which is kind of interesting, but I wonder if that just makes you too overpowered. Although we could consider doing that for sure. Okay, now we need to be heading to the Knights of a Dragon, which is to the northeast of here. One argument I could see for that mod, putting attributes above 100, is obviously that scaling is going on in this game, right? Level scaling. So I don't know how hard things are going to get, but, you know, in a couple levels, fights could actually be somewhat difficult, which is fine because we've had a pretty easy ride ever since we've gotten all these enchanted items. But they are really necessary to fight enemies at this point. Now, if we started not using enchanted items, things would be much harder, I think. Okay. So this is the Knights of a Dragon, so let's go return the quest, and then I think we might as well do a new one since that was pretty short. Just loiter 1 hour. And let's return this quest and get a new one. So you killed the Daedra. Actually, this is kind of embarrassing. It turns out that we were duped by a rogue mage. She had summoned a Daedra that she could not control and wanted us to slay it before the guild found out. She thought that with her story we would do it for free rather than having to pay the Fighters Guild. Normally our order does not pay its members for their trouble. This is an unusual situation. Take these 771 gold pieces. Okay, that's pretty funny. So that explains why it was only one Daedra. for sure. And also wraps up the lore a little bit, because that would be a major event if the Gates of Oblivion had actually opened. Okay, so let's save the game, and we will get another quest. And the main thing that sucks about this Knights situation is that obviously I want to do all the modded quests to see what they're like, but I don't want to keep doing quests in Daggerfall because we keep getting sent back to repeat places. But let's see if we can find another interesting one to do, and we've done most of these, and then I think I'll be happy to head back to the Rothgarian Mountains after that. What's the Punisher? Let's see. Daggerfall, against its will, harbors a criminal who refuses to find some other region to inhabit. The list of crimes would sooner put me to sleep, albeit for length rather than content. We need an executioner in the name of the king. Will you step forth, Thishan? Let's see what this one is like. Then go on behalf of the laws of Daggerfall. You are permitted to use any means necessary to make this lawbreaker cease. Look for someone armed and unruly in the King's Ferry. Report to me when the task is finished. Take no more than 1 day to settle the matter. Okay. So this should be a pretty quick one. Looks like we're just heading over to find someone in a local inn. I imagine it's already marked off. It's to the northwest. Let's head over there and get rid of this criminal. And we actually might have time to do one more quest then this episode if this is really quick, because this should take no longer than a couple minutes, assuming that the criminal is right in this inn. I believe this is the King's Ferry right here. Let's see. Oh no, it's actually this one. Okay. So, this looks like the person we're trying to take out right here. The criminal threat is ended. Okay, well that was an extremely quick quest. So I think we're good to do one more. We might as well check out some more modded quests while we have the time. So we're going to head back straight to the east, return this quest, and then get a third one. And I think we will wrap it up then after that with regards to quests for the Knights of the Dragon and Daggerfall, and then we should go return our Cartographer's Guild quest. Okay, so right to the south we go. Okay, I went the wrong way to get to the entrance here, that's okay. Let's look at the list again. Your works are service to Daggerfall Paladin, mate, citizens, fair citizens, remember your name. Okay, we're going to save the game, 8:33. And let's see if we can get something else that's interesting. I think we've done most of these. Nature's Wrath looks somewhat new. Witch Hunt looks new. I think Washing Brains was one that I thought sounded interesting at some point. I'm not sure if we actually did it. Let's see. A knave in the region has been usurping the minds of some of Daggerfall's womenfolk, washing their brains and forcing them to do his bidding. Will you stop this? Okay, that sounds pretty cool. Let's see what it says. We do not know where the man hides, but we presume his ensorcelled maidens. I don't even know what that word means. Ensorcelled maidens do. One such affected damsel is Ysura Yumhouse of the Woodford Manor. You will want the Mages Guild's aid in this matter. Go to Murcastle and look for a magician named Belladonna Yumford in the guild hall. We are informed that she will have a trinket with power to temporarily suspend the charm spell, and hopefully you will be able to extract his resorting place during that lapse. Have done with this matter within 36 days for Daggerfall's honor. Wait a minute, so is the idea that we need to use the charm spell on Ysura Yumhouse of Woodford Manor? So that we can actually talk to her and get his location? I think that's right. Okay, so first we go to Murcastle to find this magician in the guild hall of the Mages Guild. Okay. So let's go to Murcastle. I'm going to go ahead and remember to remove my enchanted items this time around. And while we're here, we might as well stop off at the bank before we go do this, just in case we have to end up going to a dungeon and getting more items. We want to, deposit our gold, since it's taking up a significant weight. So let's do that now. Oh, here's where our house is, by the way, along this this stretch right here. I know the bank is right around this corner. So let's put our money in the bank. I think my letter of credit's for 120,000. So I think if we put 17,920 in, I think that's the amount that our letter of credit is. Let's make sure, though. 20,000. Oh, wait. Actually, that's not quite right. So 20,000 plus 92,710 is going to be 112,000. So we can still put like another 8,000 or so in the bank to get rid of most of our hard gold here. Let's see, 8,000. Oh, wait. I guess I was wrong about that. All right, let's try 7,000. 500. Okay, that's good enough. That's close enough. Okay. So, now let's go to Murcastle and figure out how to do this quest. Here we go. Okay. So we need to go to the guild hall. It's actually pretty late at night, so I'm hoping that the guild hall isn't going to be closed. I guess we'll find out. But it might be that we need to sleep over the night at the inn. Let's see. Oh no, okay, it's open, and it looks like there are people still in here, so we should be able to find this particular individual with the charm spell. Let's look around for her. Congratulations, Wizard. The Council and Archmagister voted to award you with the new rank just today. Wait, what rank? Did we get a new rank in the Mages Guild? Oh, we did. We're a wizard now. Okay, that's pretty cool. So that's not the individual in question, but I guess our restoration got high enough to where we could finally get a new rank. We obviously have the reputation for it, but we've just been trying to level up restoration to get up to a higher rank. Okay, so anyways, we need to keep looking for... Okay, this is the person. Well met. Take this mark, which will suspend the enchantment on these women for a few moments. Ask your questions quickly at the time you use it. With any luck, they will despise being controlled and give you the information you desire. Please do Daggerfall justice. I should say justice. I think that's a typo. Good Nord. Farewell. Okay, so we have this particular mark, so we need to go use it on this person in the other location. Let's see where they are again. Ysir Yum House and Woodford Manor. Okay, so we need to go to Woodford Manor now. Let's head there. Okay. So, if we could find a villager, we could probably ascertain the location of this women under the spell. Let's see, so I need to find the Buckinghart residence. That's been marked right away. Thank you very much. It's this house right here as well. Very convenient. So this woman's going to be somewhere in here. I suppose this could be her. But I don't think so. I think that looks more like an NPC that would just be in here as a resident rather than the quest objective. It could be her as well. I guess we'll try her. I'm going to save the game before I talk to her. Her, of course. And we need to use the charm spell, so let's use the mark. How do I use it? Oh. Okay, well, I equipped it. I hope that's enough. Let's see. Ysura Yumhouse shrieks and trembles at thin air. She stares at you with maddened eyes, wanting to say something, but restrained by magical forces from doing so. A wave of magical power... My Siri just turned on, my bad there, guys. Let's see. A wave of magical power disperses from the mark, providing a momentary schism in the enchantment. You scarcely need to ask the question, as the maiden is quite forthcoming. Alabaster Ashton, kill him, please, in the wicking cabin. Help me. Within moments, her eyes glaze over, and the ability to speak departs. You now have a name and location of the enchanter. Okay, so we need to go to the wicking cabin and kill this guy named Alabaster. Alright, let's get this guy. The wicking cabin. Here we go. Okay, so here we are at the Wicking Cabin. It looks like there's only... Wait, you immediately spot Alabaster Ashton, whose appearance gives him away. He casts a brief incantation to teleport for the advantage. Vampires are experts at stealth, but you can do better. You managed to lose this vampire's tracking. Wait a minute, so did he just disappear, or what? Oh wait, there he is, okay. Let's get this guy. You defeated a powerful magician. Hopefully that will be enough to end the curse. You should report back to Andon Yumsley on your proceedings. Okay. So let's go ahead and head back to the Knights of a Dragon and return this quest. That was a pretty cool one. I did think this one was quite interesting. Let's go to Daggerfall. Okay. So, straight to the east here. And I think we will wrap things up relatively soon here, since this will be the third quest we will have done today. All three fairly brief. The third one actually pretty interesting, I thought. The first two were just, you know, pretty standard quests. So let's head to the Knights of the Dragon now. Okay, I went too far. Gotta be careful not to run anyone over. Don't want to get in trouble with the law. And, you know, besmirch our good reputation here. Okay, we need to loiter 1 hour for it to be open. And let's return this quest. Fine work, Titian. I've already received word that the man's subjects have been freed from their curse. I do not doubt they will hold your name in honor. Okay, awesome. So, let's save the game. I'm almost certain we have 100 reputation with the Knights of the Dragon now, for sure. Yep. I think we've gotten all the armor pieces we can, right? Yeah, we have. Okay. Just wanted to check that. So, let's go ahead and head over to our house, which is, I believe, to the southeast. Yes, it is. And I think next episode, there are 2 options I'm considering. So obviously we want to return to the Rothgarian Mountains and wrap up this Cartographer's Guild quest, and then I'm thinking do a main quest pretty soon after that. Alright, here's our house, by the way. We're just hopping in here for the time being. I want to store some stuff from our wagon in here. Let's see. This is our house, right? Let's make sure. Pretty sure it is. Yeah, it is. Okay, good. Where do we keep all the potions? I'm sure they're somewhere in here, but I'm not sure which box we're keeping them in. Maybe in the other. I think maybe in the other side is where we're keeping all the potions. Let's go check and make sure that's correct. Okay, yeah, here's where we keep the potions. So in our wagon, I think we have some potions. I think they'd be at the top. Yeah, we have this potion right here. This potion recipe. This thing, I don't even know what this is, and we haven't been able to use it, so we're going to pull that out. We got 3 potions of cure disease here. Oh wait, I don't want to pull that out for sure. I think that's all the potions that we have. Just to make sure. We can throw our potions in there. I think that's everything. Okay. We have to sell these, some of these clothes items too soon as well. We should go to a clothes shop and sell this, for instance. We don't really need Far Silence. So I just want to throw our potions in here while we're at our house. And then, as I was mentioning earlier, I have 2 options for next episode. The first one would be to go back to the Rothgarian Mountains and do a main quest. But I think because we're in Daggerfall and we're at our house, another cool idea would be to test out the Decorator mod, which I've mentioned before on the channel. It basically lets you custom design your house. So I think it'd be fun to maybe devote an episode to making your house look a little bit more nice, trying to put in some elements and figure out how the mod works. I've never used it before, so I don't know how well it works or how hard it is to use. But it might be fun to test it out. So I think we'll do one of those 2 things. I mean, eventually we'll use the Decorator mod for sure. I don't know if we'll do it next episode or not, but it'll basically just depend on what I feel like doing next time. So those are the options going forward. For now, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.